Welcome back. I'm going to talk about the Shovelhead. I'm just trying to peck out some stuff that I had trouble finding. I'm going to try to make videos about just whatever I'm deep dive researching, because if I'm doing it, everyone else is definitely doing it. So right away, I took the oil pump off, video above, and put it back. Made sure this bad boy was pumping oil. So that's the heartbeat of the motor is good. Next thing is, got it timed and all the oil lines are dialed in. That leads to all the other oil lines. I got the cooler in the front and all the lines on the other side. On the chain side, I got to delete. Pretty ridiculous. There's 3 chain oilers, basically. There's 2 oilers, like a return and an oiler, and too many lines for me to mess up. So those are all just draped over. On that side, I got another issue. The freaking starter is stuck open or on, whatever you want to call it. It's stuck engaged. So I'm kind of on the fence where I want to just pull it out and just have kick only. I might just test it and see if I can get it to come back in, take it out maybe, see if it's working, and do the whole gamut. But on the same side, I could just take it out, run a dry chain, and just not have any oil or a cover on it, leave it until I figure it all out. That would be sweet. I mean, if this thing runs, and it actually runs really good, I'm gonna go belt drive anyways. So I might as well just run the chain. Okay, so the next problem is the carburetor. I bought a cheap carburetor and it was just puking fuel out. I couldn't figure it out. I took it apart, everything looked fine, normal. And then I decided to put the old carburetor on. I have a Super B. This thing came with a Super B because it's all hopped up. Right away, get rid of this thing. It's too big, blah, 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 blah. But now I'm thinking it's kind of cool. It's really not that bad of a carburetor. So instead of being a dumbass, I'll just put this back on. So then I cleaned it up a little bit, got all the gunk out, and right away realized that that bad boy was on this one. And I got to thinking, maybe that's the problem. I swapped the enrichers, and maybe because this one's different on that one, it's causing an issue. I'm gonna leave that one on there. Also, Super Bs have this for your throttle cable. And what you gotta do, let's see if I can get in there, is you gotta thread your cable through there and then tighten it down with the screw. That's not gonna work for me. All my ones are stock. They got the kind that you put in through the little hole and it loops around, and that's how it engages. This is too sketchy. I don't know, I'm gonna leave it off. I would like to put it on there just because it was on there before, and if it is all hopped up, it's probably a better carburetor. But I'm gonna try this one again. It's kind of just dangling. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get on there too. Tonight I'm just gonna put this carburetor back on. This is what this carburetor looks like. Pretty much a standard knockoff. They're supposed to be the standard, and then everyone's got these Super Bs and they're longer. I don't really care either way. I mean, once you put an air cleaner on there, yeah, you're bummed. It's going to be huge, hitting your knee and stuff. But you see how this has this setup. It's kind of dark, and it goes around with the throttle cable coming down. That's normal. And then this one has this setup here. I couldn't find on my quick Google search if I could rebuild this. If I can, I'm gonna switch it because this is a S&S and it's a good carb. All right, lowbrow customs came out with a throttle cable setup. My other one, wherever it may be, I got a cheap MGO one. I got so tired of, I got 4 different style cables putting in there, and mainly they're all the push kind. And then I finally bought an older one that screw in. Never fit the MGO. $14 setups. So I shelled out the dough because I used the built line ones on my other ones, and they actually work good if you have the right cable. But this one, lowbrow just came out with, and for the money, it's not worth it. But it is worth it because mine fits the cable and it's pretty simple. But why's it gotta be like 90 bucks? So wild. And then for 90 bucks, I got a cheap throttle tube. The throttle tube inside is too short for some reason, and it's the kind that has a hole all the way through. So yeah, buddy, the bars stick through the tube, and hits this bad boy. So that's pretty sketchy. I got some laying around, so if you do get this, get a different one, get a different tube. But that's pretty expensive. I don't think it should be that much. 45 bucks, but like almost 100 with shipping and all that. It's kind of hard to wrap my mind around. They ought to make them cheaper. All right, so how this carburetor setup is, on the back side there's two bolts, one on the top and one on the bottom there. Yeah, so you got to kind of finagle that in there. It's not that bad. I'm going to put that in now, and then it should be set up. All right, I got the carburetor dialed in on the other side. Totally forgot that I got, where is it? I need to put one of these filters on there. I got the K&N gas filter. They always say which side's which. I don't know if you can see that. It says in, so from the tank to the carb. Let's put that on there. Been running it dry. Not the greatest idea, but oh well. Almost forgot what I needed. These darn clamp things. So let's put a clamp on. This hose is feeling pretty old. Probably not a good idea to use it, but it'll work for now. This is one of those things that as soon as it works, as soon as I go down the street on it, I'm going to sell all these other bikes and try to ride this one only, but boy, is it going to let me down, probably. Tube is terrible. I wonder if I got some other line. Whatever. All right, so I was sitting there fighting that hose, just struggling, and then it dawned on me, you know what, I probably got a bunch of hose laying around, and I got a bunch of oil hose, and I don't think you're supposed to use the oil for gas, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure it'll work. But then I found this clear stuff. That came with that Chinesium carburetor. It's always good to be a hoarder. You keep this crap around. I don't know why I kept it, knowing I would never use it. Well, look at now. Yeah, that's right, I'm going to use it. So I'm going to put this on there. Plus it's, you know, I see the gas coming in and out. This other hose is just, I don't know, it's cooked. It's not pliable, it doesn't move. It seems like it's been hot, I don't know. I wouldn't run it for long anyways. So yeah, now I'm gonna use this fancy junk. I got this filter on there. Hopefully I got the right side and which way. I didn't even check. I just threw it on there. And I probably just blew it. Nope, in. Perfect. All right, let's see if it fills up. Ooh. All right, it's working. Let's go to the other side. All right, here's the gas tube. I'm going to try to keep it off the motor. It's kind of weird to me how these are set up, but I'm going to have to go do some research. But before, it was just spewing out of the reserve or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it was kind of sketchy. It was just puking out of here. Wasn't spraying in there. And I think it was because of this. And this thing, I bought another one, Scamazon special, but it doesn't stick or nothing, so you have to hold it. So that's fun. All right, on to the next thing. So this is starting to be a just check off the list. I got a box of parts. That filter was one. This is another one. I was gonna put this oil pressure gauge on. I got a light on there, but who knows if it works. But it would be nice to know if it has oil pressure. So, from what I see, everybody on the internet goes off the top of this motor. So I'm gonna pop that off and put this bad boy on there. Let's check it out. All right, I got that bad boy in there. Not the fanciest. I probably need to turn it a hair. Another cheapo, and the bits that go in with it are big and bulky. The trick with these is it's tapered, so it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then if you take them back apart, it you're playing a game of like how tight can you go, and you're kind of ruining how these guys fit together. So one and done. You know, down the road I'll probably get some brass stuff. It'll look cooler, it'll look nicer and all that. And then I think in here's like a filter. I didn't even know that until I took this off just now, but there's like an oil filter in there. So that's another thing you should look up. Report back to me. Tell me what you think that is inside there and how often you change it, I guess, and all that, and check it. It looked pretty pristine. But in the comments, let me know what you put your oil PSI gauge. So the next thing I got to do is this starter. But the one question I have is, and if you know it, let me know in the comments. Pass this on to somebody who's done this. But do these posts need to be grounded? It had a cable on there, but it didn't go anywhere. So I'm starting to think that this thing needs to be grounded. I might just try to ground it and see what happens. I don't know. But also, I bought one of these and it's rebuilt, this relay. I don't have the old school Shovelhead one, I just have this. It might be a piece of junk, but I might have to go back through it. So I don't know. I don't think I want to do it tonight. I might want to take the cover off though, so let's check that out. Alright, I got the cover off. Just unbolt all this stuff. I take the shifter peg on this bike, which is right here, and it pops right off. But this was in the bottom. I haven't found where that's at. That's not good. Wherever this is, and 2 washers. I don't know where those come from. And this thing was all jacked up. So I think I'm gonna take the starter out and just run it just like this. I think that's a better idea. The only problem is now I'm gonna have to figure out a shifting situation, which means I'm gonna have to run a linkage from here to there. All right, well, that's enough fun for me. As you can see, one thing leads to another with this bike. So leave in the comments what you do with your shifter. Are you running an open belt primary or are you running chain? Anybody with chain, let me know what's up if you ever ran it like this. I'm gonna leave it stock just the way it is and let it go with the cover and everything on it around the whole thing. It's probably not ideal, but I don't really care. Check out deathmetalcycles.com. Get some merch, get some stickers. Peace.